Welcome to another edition of A Game a Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. I know it's been a while since my last play-by-play presentation, but we are back as this is the first opportunity for a closeout game in the 2021 NBA playoffs. The Milwaukee Bucks lead the Miami Heat 3 games to none. In the last 2 games, it's been a blowout. Miami had just had no answer for Milwaukee's defensive pressures, their ability to shoot, and offensively, they just can't find anything to match what Milwaukee has brought to the table outside of game one, which went to overtime, and Chris Middleton was able to knock down a mid-range jumper with 5/10 of a second left to close out that game. Unfortunately, though, Milwaukee is dealing with some big news on the injury front. Dante DiVincenzo, who was having a career year, played in 66 games this season. He's a very versatile player for the team, a scorer when need be, a defensive player on the perimeter with Drew Holiday, who's really put a lot of teams on notice defensively, and also just really all purpose, whether it be his offensive rebounding, his 50-50 pursuit of basketballs, just really a very, very versatile winning player. He has a severe tendon injury in his left foot that will sideline him for the rest of the playoffs. So that's a blow that Milwaukee has had that will have to take on the chin. But in this game today, uh, they're going against a they're going against a Miami team who was on the ropes. This Miami team was 2 games away from winning the NBA championship last year in the bubble, but this year they just have not been able to get it together. They've dealt with a lot of injuries this season. They haven't really had the premier shooting that many teams believe that they would have, especially with Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson coming into their own for a second consecutive season. But it seems like they've struggled with added attention and pressure, specifically Tyler Hero, who's shooting 28% in playoffs so far. Um, Jimmy Butler has not been able to provide the leadership and impact that we saw last year for the playoffs, at least. In the regular season, he did turn their season around when they started out really, really bad. But let's see what happens here. We are 3 minutes in right now. Milwaukee trails Miami 7-6. Goran Dragic is with the basketball. He finds Bam Adebayo attacking down the lane. He misses the layup but gets the rebound and resets out to Jimmy Butler. Butler trying to kick out to Trevor Ariza. Ariza for three. He knocks down the three from the right corner. Trevor Ariza, in addition this season for this Miami team, Ariza, a player who has championship pedigree. He won a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2009. He's been on some winning teams, most recently with the Houston Rockets, going back to 2018, in which the Rockets were 1 game away from uh, the finals, but lost to the Golden State Warriors in Game 7. He provides, like I said, that veteran experience. He's a championship player, and he, along with Andre Iguodala, provide defensive versatility, being that they are able to defend multiple positions. Giannis Antetokounmpo misses a mid-range jumper. We got a loose ball foul against Milwaukee. So possession goes back to Miami with a 4-point lead. Eric Spoelstra in his 13th season with the Miami Heat, a two-time NBA champion. I mentioned the Miami Heat's finals run last year was really emphasized and showcased Spoelstra's coaching ability on the highest level. We can speak to the championships he's won with Derek Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh, but last year's coaching effort, specifically with the personality he had, the way that he was able to get the most out of the group and utilize uh, his personnel throughout the playoffs, really showcase his ability as a coach, and he is one of the premier coaches in this league. Unfortunately, this season, dealing with a lot of different injuries, COVID protocol. This year has been a challenging year for all teams involved, trying to make sure that this season gets done. But Miami has yet to recapture the magic that we saw last year. Antetokounmpo trying to drive. He faces the wall that Miami uh, put up. Reza, Duncan Robinson, and Bam Adebayo tried to kick it out. It's deflected out of bounds. see Mike Budenholzer in his third season with the Bucks. They've had exceptional regular season records 2 years and well 3 years in a row, but in the playoffs he's just 35 and 32 with this team in the playoffs so far. Brent Forbes comes off the bench, shoots a three, he misses it, but offensive rebound goes to Brook Lopez, and Lopez is able to finish. Bam Adebayo trying to attack Brook Lopez. He dribbles it off his foot, so possession to go to Miami. We got a timeout on the floor. It's the first timeout. It'll be 6:57 remaining here in the first. Miami leads 10-8 over Milwaukee. We'll be back with more. This is the Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back as we are in Game 4 of the Milwaukee Bucks Miami Heat series. We look at the previous series between these two teams. The Bucks averaging 120 points in 3 games so far. Last year, the Heat were able to hold Milwaukee to 106 points. I mentioned the proficiency in shooting that the Bucks have gotten over the last 3 games with this Miami Heat team, and they haven't been able to match. Goran Dragic trying to attack Chris Middleton off of a steal. He's able to score and get an easy basket, so Miami back up by 4. But just going back to last year, so much was put on to how Miami had adjusted to Giannis, especially following the blueprint that Toronto established in 2019. It really put a lot of pressure on Giannis coming into this season. Could he finish in the playoffs? Is he the type of player you want to build around to win a championship, despite his durability, his effort and impact on both sides of the floor? Many have questioned his ability to finish games, especially in the playoffs. But in this playoffs, specifically in this series, uh, Milwaukee's had a point to prove, and they definitely established themselves as a premier Eastern Conference Finals, at least going forward. Uh, so far, though, Miami trying to cling on for dear life, trying to fight, trying to keep themselves in this series. No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit and or 0-3 deficit, depending on perspective. Chris Middleton guarded by Duncan Robinson. Middleton sweeps through. He misses the jumper, but they call a foul on Robinson. Duncan Robinson, known for his three-point proficiency, hasn't quite been able to really get going outside of game 1, where he just shot the lights out and really kept Miami in the game until overtime. See PJ Tucker come into the game. He, along with Drew Holiday, were great additions to this team. Playoff experience, nonetheless, from PJ Tucker. He was also on that Houston Rockets team along with Trevor Ariza that lost to the Warriors going back to Game 7 in 2018 of the Western Conference Finals. Tucker was on those Rockets teams that really were great in the regular season, but never could get over that Golden State hump, especially during the Kevin Durant years. Drew Holiday knocks in the mid-range jumper. Holiday, one of the best all-around point guards in the league, very skilled at all levels, most notably his defense. But he definitely adds a dynamic that this Bucks team has not had over the last couple of years. He was traded for Eric Bledsoe, who's on New Orleans right now. But uh, this is Drew Holiday's first real opportunity to win a championship in his career, and I think he's definitely stepped up to the challenge and performed at a high level. So much so that the Bucks extended him on a 4-year contract before the season even ended. So he definitely has turned some heads on what this Bucks team could potentially do. Duncan Robinson misses a three-pointer from the left wing, rebounded by Bobby Portis. Portis, another addition in the offseason for this Bucks team. He's provided great energy off the bench. He's had some high-scoring games, but really a low-maintenance guy. Able to score in the post if need be, but really is there to provide energy and stay active on the boards. He gets a mid-range floater to fall, and Trevor Ariza knocks in a three from the right corner once again. So 2 threes for Ariza to get going here in this first quarter. That's the difference in this game as Miami leads Milwaukee 18-12. A missed shot from Brent Forbes gets the Heat out and running. Duncan Robinson off of a cut couldn't finish, but Dwight Dedmon is there for the putback, and they'll call a foul. We gotta see if that went in the basket, if it'll be an and one. They call a foul on, is that Bobby Portis? Yes, they call that foul on Bobby Portis. Yes, the basket went in. Basket went in. So Dwight Dedmon, who was added to Miami off the waiver. Okay, so they call the foul prior to the putback on Dedmon. They give the foul to Duncan Robinson. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2. He knocks in the first one. So again, Miami able to knock down their threes early. They're up by 7 after that free throw. But they have to keep the pressure on. They've struggled throughout this series to shoot. Again, they haven't been able to really match what Milwaukee has done. And when you look at Jimmy Butler, whose impact is mostly known for leadership. He's not the most prolific, but he can score. He's looked at to be a clutch scorer under pressure for this team, a go-to guy. His plus minus in this series is the lowest of anyone in this series. So that impact that we're used to seeing is not evident right now. So he'll have to step up if this Miami team wants to try to come back from an 0-3 deficit. It's a timeout on the floor. Miami leads by 7. So we'll be back. This is Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. 3:33 left here in the first. Bucks trying to get going inside. They go to Bobby Portis. He misses the floater inside off of a 3 from PJ Tucker. Try to get the offensive rebound and put back. He misses. So Heat looking to get out and run. Tyler Hero had the mid-range jumper, hesitated for a bit, but knocked it down. That's a good sign for Miami. Again, Tyler Hero shooting 28% in this series. And we got a foul against Dedmon as he tried to cut off Middleton, dribbling to the basket. But Hero has to get it going. He really showed out in the bubble, a player that was able to perform under pressure, which is why the Miami Heat as a franchise was so big on him. But right now, he's really struggling. Antetokounmpo trying to finish inside, and he's fouled. Antetokounmpo didn't have the best game going back to Game 3, but he didn't really need to after Milwaukee was able to defeat Miami 113-84. One of the things that Giannis was able to do late down the stretch, though, was get to that free throw line. And that really put pressure on Miami defending him. So to see him get to the free throw line early is a good sign for Milwaukee, especially trailing by 10, 22-12. Free throw for Giannis is missed. One of the storylines of this series going back to Game 1, Giannis was actually called for a 10-second violation at the free throw line. If you guys don't know what a 10-second violation is, you get 10 seconds to shoot your free throws. And if you don't, the free throw is null and void. But the thing is, it's rarely called. Most players take forever when they shoot their free throws. Refs don't call it. It's a very minimal call. But they called it at the end of game 1, which really allowed Miami to get back a possession and tie the game. A big basket from Jimmy Butler tied the game going into overtime. So to see that going forward, there's been a lot of talk about Giannis's routine, and it has been multiple occasions since that time in Game 1 where they haven't called the 10-second violation on him. So it goes to show, how rare they actually call that. But it was a big thing about, how often they should call that, if they should at all. Trevor Ariza gets a basket for Miami, so it's back to a 9-point game. Giannis Antetokounmpo inside finds PJ Tucker for another basket. Tucker has been in the paint ad nauseum here in this first quarter, really trying to keep Milwaukee in the game. His effort has not gone unnoticed. Ariza for Miami leads him with 11 points. Jimmy Butler finds Tyler Hero cut into the basket. Great cut from Tyler Hero as Hero is able to finish with his left hand. Looking for Giannis inside. Giannis takes contact from Duncan Robinson. Couldn't get the finish, but gets the rebound and draws a foul on Miami. So that's it. That's the second foul under 2 minutes for Milwaukee. We see the basket from PJ Tucker. Tucker able to cut baseline and find a hole in Miami's defense. Giannis draws so much attention because of his ability to score in the paint. He drew the double team and passed right over the top to find PJ for the finish. So Giannis, who just went 1 of 2 at the free throw line, has an opportunity to get this deficit much closer for Milwaukee. First free throw for Giannis is good. Coming into the game for Miami, Bam Adebayo, Andre Iguodala, and Kendrick Nunn. Iguodala, a 3-time champion. He's been to 6 finals across 2 different teams, 3 championships with with Golden State, and also went to the finals last year with Miami, as he was a big acquisition for them coming into the playoffs last year, and signed a 2-year contract with Miami. Next year will be, after this year will be a team option. So we'll see if they'll bring him back. But he definitely provides, again, that championship pedigree, veteran experience. There's not much he hasn't seen in the game. Kendrick Nunn misses a 3 short, rebounded by Giannis. So we approach a minute remaining here in the first. Giannis pulls up for 3. He misses it off the back rim. Milwaukee is 0 of 9 from 3 to start this start this game here in this first quarter. So the 3-point line, which is always an asset to their offense, and when they're playing well, the 3-point line has to be efficient for them. They haven't been able to knock it down, and Miami and Kine has knocked down the 3 on their end. I mentioned Trevor Ariza with 11 points. He's knocked down 2 threes here in this first quarter. The 3-point line for Miami is working, and that's why they have the 7-point lead. Hero guarded by PJ Tucker. He goes to Bam Adebayo, who hasn't been able to really get going offensively. He's looked like he's lacked offense. He doesn't have the offensive arsenal to really carry offense right now. He's very young. He's very versatile, known to be a passer and playmaker, a point center for this Miami team. But so far in this series, he's been held in check, whether it be for defense or just lack of aggressiveness. He hasn't really looked to score. So we're under a minute to play here in the first. 40 seconds left. Milwaukee looking to get going. They only have 19 points. A turnover for Giannis. Goran Dragic looking to push. He goes to Bam. Bam finds Tyler Hero, who misses it short. Rebounded by PJ Tucker. 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. So this should be the final possession for Milwaukee. Giannis goes to Teague. Teague back out to Giannis. Kicks it to Bobby Portis in the left corner. 3-point shot is good. The Bucks needed that in the worst way, cutting that 7-point deficit to 4. 26-22. Iguodala shoots the 3 at the buzzer. He misses it short. But Miami has some positive vibes going into the second quarter. Trailing 0-3 in this first round series. They need to figure out how to finish this game and get going, or they will be swept. 26-22. Miami leads Milwaukee. Stay tuned, as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Live from Miami. Miami leads Milwaukee 26-22. The story of the game is the 3-point line. So far, as Miami is 4 of 10 from the 3-point line, Milwaukee is 1 of 10. The Heat have been able to get out and run and force some turnovers as well, as Bam Adebayo gets his First basket of the game, he scores from the left block. Miami's been able to force turnovers, especially in the paint against Giannis, and they've been able to get out and run and find easy baskets as well. Chris Middleton gets a putback off of a miss. Tyler Hero looking to respond for three. He knocks it down from the right wing. So Miami staying aggressive, utilizing that three-point line to stretch their lead. Now they're up 7. We look at second chance points so far. I mentioned a putback for Chris Middleton. Second chance points for Miami, 12-3. Bobby Portis utilizing the baseline drives, kicks out to Jeff Teague. Teague, a lazy pass over to Giannis. Another turnover forced by Miami. Out and running, Kendrick Nunn draws a foul. Didn't look to score on that play, and it'll be the foul on the floor. If he would have went up to try to score, he could have been going to the free throw line. But again, turnovers forced by Miami has allowed them to really get out and run and create easy opportunities in the half court. Miami's been struggling offensively. I mentioned Bam Adebayo struggles offensively and just lack of aggression. Jimmy Butler as well, shooting 31% in the series, hasn't really had the impact we're used to seeing from a Jimmy Butler-led team. So getting out and running, finding easy baskets, getting the lead should take some pressure off of this Heat team. A floater inside for Kendrick Nunn gives Miami their largest lead of the game at 9. Brook Lopez comes right back with the hook shot inside, so it's down to 7. 33-26, Miami leads Milwaukee. Hero taking a screen from Adebayo. Mid-range jumper over Jeff Teague. He misses it short. Rebounded by Teague. Teague working behind the back. Teague now has to be utilized a lot earlier than usual in the rotation because Dante DiVincenzo is out for the rest of the playoffs. He'll be tasked with having to carry on some secondary ball handling responsibility now that DiVincenzo is out. He knocks in the 3, so that's a good competitive response from Teague. Iguodala comes right back and scores, but back to Teague. Teague has playoff experience. He's played with the Atlanta Hawks for a number of years when they were perennial playoff performers. They didn't really go deep in the playoffs outside of that 2015 season in which they got to the East Conference Finals, actually coached by Mike Budenholzer. But since then, he's been somewhat of a journeyman. He was actually on the Celtics prior to signing with the Bucks off waivers. So he's looking to make one last run at a championship before his career is over. We got a Euro step inside for Giannis. Giannis able to find Brook Lopez inside for an easy finish. 37-31, Miami leads Milwaukee. Bam Adebayo kicks it out to Kendrick Nunn. Nunn finds Goran Dragic from the left corner. Three-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Giannis. Giannis takes another straightaway 3. He misses this one. The three-point line has not been kind to Giannis tonight. 0 of 2. He's missed both threes horribly. And now he's called for a foul as Goran Dragic got that rebound and attacked Milwaukee quick and in a hurry. Giannis couldn't quite get the block to call a foul. But we look at the turnovers. The turnovers so far for Milwaukee, 4 turnovers. The points off of Milwaukee's turnovers, 4 points off turnovers for Miami. But those turnovers have really killed any type of momentum that Milwaukee's had. Anytime they get going, those turnovers allow for Miami to get off the hook. Drew Holiday comes back into the game. 8:32 remaining here in the first half. Look at the assists so far. Miami already with 9 assists. They've also gotten to, I mentioned the three-point line, 5 of 12 from 3. Milwaukee is just 2 of 13. One of 2 free throws made, pardon me, for Dragic. So 38-31, 7-point game. The largest lead of the game has been 9 for Miami. Pat Connaughton goes to Middleton. Middleton misses the mid-range short. Kendrick Nunn gets out and runs, cut off by Pat Connaughton. Hero thought about a mid-range jumper, but They call a foul against Milwaukee. That foul will go against PJ Tucker fighting over the screen. He trying to politic with the ref to try to explain his perspective on the foul being called against him as opposed to Bam Adebayo. But again, Miami needs all the breaks they can get right now. They're trailing 0-3 in the series. Bam Adebayo looking to attack. He misses the layup. Good contest there by Brook Lopez without fouling. Lopez gets a pass from Chris Middleton and turns it over. Good defense there by Iguodala to force that steal. Kendrick Nunn gets out and runs. Iguodala, straightaway three. Good. Big three for Andre Iguodala and Miami. So they're saying it's a long two. They'll probably review it to see if it's a three. 41, pardon me, it is a three. 41-31. Miami leads Milwaukee. 7:47 left in the third. Timeout called by the Bucks. Stay tuned. Welcome back as Brent Forbes knocks in the three for Milwaukee. Miami was on a big run as Iguodala had previously knocked in the three prior to that timeout. The three from Forbes cuts Milwaukee's deficit to 7. Drew Holiday gets a steal on Dwight Dedmon. So Milwaukee trying to stay within arm's length of this game. Miami's trying to salvage the series any way they can right now. The effort and energy has helped them build the lead that they have right now. They're playing with desperation. Their back is against the wall. This is a Miami team who's coming off of a finals appearance. They lost to the Los Angeles Lakers last year in 6 games, but surprised many people in their run to the finals. They defeated Milwaukee. They defeated Boston. Both teams, no one had Miami defeating, but it was the fashion in which they defeated Milwaukee and Boston that really raised eyebrows and how dominant they were, how efficient they were shooting wise, and really challenged defenses with their ball movement and just how young and aggressive this Miami team was, especially with Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero being at the forefront of the shooting for this team. There's a foul against Dedmon as he moves PJ Tucker out of the way to try to clear the lane for Jimmy Butler. So that offensive foul gives Milwaukee another possession. Drew Holiday trying to find Chris Middleton is stolen. Good defense by Kendrick Nunn and Jimmy Butler. 6:38 left in the first half. Kendrick Nunn jab steps, drives right, goes back left, able to finish. Now, if you're Chris Middleton in Milwaukee, you did the right thing. Force him right. He's left-handed. But one thing about lefties, they always find their way back to their left hand. And that's something that Kendrick Nunn did on a dime, able to finish with that left hand. Missed shot from Chris Middleton, tried to knock in the three. Miami able to get out and run. Kendrick Nunn is fouled trying to attack Bobby Portis for an easy layup. So this is a good thing for Miami. They're finding good scoring balance all the way around. I mentioned Trevor Ariza early, knocking down 2 3-pointers in that first quarter, giving him 11 points in the first quarter. Since then, the Heat have got scoring from Goran Dragic. They've got scoring from Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and Kendrick Nunn. Jimmy Butler has yet to really be aggressive in this game, but the role players stepping up to the level that they have allows for him to really play his game and finish the game in the clutch if the game is close. Forbes, right corner three, good. Great find there from Drew Holiday as he attacked the defense. And we get a timeout from Coach Mike Spoelstra. Spoelstra doesn't like what he's seeing. So we got an 8-point lead so far. 45-37. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back, as this is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I want to make a quick correction. I mixed up Mike Budenholzer and Eric Spoelstra. I call Eric Spoelstra Mike Spoelstra. It happens. But prior to that timeout from Eric Spoelstra in Miami, a three-pointer from Brent Forbes cut the Heat lead from 11 to 8. And anything that would shift momentum in Milwaukee's direction, especially being up 3-0 in this series, Spoelstra does not want to happen. So called a timely timeout just to settle things down. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Kendrick Nunn at the top of the key, guarded by Jrue Holiday. Turnovers have been an issue here for Milwaukee, especially to start the game. Iguodala misses a mid-range jumper, rebounded by Chris Middleton. Holiday finds Middleton at the top of the key, jab step, attacks Tyler Hero, and is able to finish. So it's a 6-point game. Bucks still hanging around despite their horrid 3-point shooting to start. Jimmy Butler trying to find Kendrick Nunn in that right corner. Mid-range jumper for Nunn is good. So Nunn being aggressive is a good sign for Miami. Forbes going against Bam Adebayo. Good defensive versatility from Bam. Able to come out and defend on the perimeter. Forbes has to kick out to Holiday. Holiday misses a 3. Kendrick Nunn already with 8 points, tries to take a 3. He misses it, but we got a foul under the rim. It'll go against Milwaukee as Jimmy Butler tried to sky in for that offensive rebound. The foul is called against PJ Tucker. Now, PJ Tucker is going to find himself in many of these scenarios, especially as a banger and bruiser that he is. Despite being 6'5", he is always in the trenches trying to create opportunities for his team on the defensive end and on the offensive end. And because of how gritty he is inside, and that's his calling card, he'll always be in the thick of loose ball foul potential or offensive fouls, just trying to create that space and find opportunities for his team. So Jimmy makes the first free throw. It's a 9-point game. Second free throw is good. So it's 10 now, 49-39. Bobby Portis looking to get a floater over the top of Bam Adebayo, and the floater is exactly what was needed on that possession because Bam Adebayo was just inches from blocking that shot. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been quiet here in this game, 0 of 3 from the floor. He has 3 points. Jimmy Butler able to get another basket, so the lead for Miami is back to 10. But Miami being able to negate Giannis and prevent the Bucks from shooting at a high clip has allowed for them to get up 10. As I say that, Brent Forbes knocks in the 3. Good ball movement from the Bucks as Forbes was able to find a pocket on that left corner just in time to knock in that 3. Bam Adebayo, guarded by Giannis, trying to finish on the baseline. He's able to get the reverse. Able to keep that pivot foot down and finish that layup. Forbes, straightaway 3. He misses it short. Rebounded by Adebayo. So it's a 9-point game, 53-44. Inside to Iguodala. Handoff to Butler. Butler is blocked inside. Coming downhill is Giannis. Giannis finds Jrue Holiday. Great find from Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo hasn't been scoring, but that hasn't stopped him from impacting the game, especially as a playmaker inside. Butler trying to find an alley-oop for Adebayo, working that right baseline. Adebayo was able to cut down the middle and find an easy alley-oop opportunity. Pass inside from Jrue to PJ Tucker. He misses the floater short as he sensed the Adebayo coming from behind the block, and he missed the floater short, and that lended itself to a 3-point shot from Tyler Hero to push the lead to 12. So big 3 from Tyler Hero, and the 3-point line has been Miami's friend. That is Miami's 7th 3 so far here in the first half, 7 of 15. Jrue Holiday trying to finish inside, can't get the 3. We can't get the layup to fall, but the offensive rebound goes to Jrue. He kicks out to Portis. Portis can't knock in the 3, but we got a foul under the rim against Miami with 2:38 left. If we look at the assist from Giannis to Holiday, great pass on the rope. And then in response, Jimmy Butler able to work the baseline and find Adebayo for that alley-oop slam. But again, the three-point line, the Heat 7 of 15 from three, which has really opened up their offense and allowed and has taken pressure off of the Heat role players. Forbes thinks about a three, takes the three and makes the three as he gets Kendrick Nunn up in the air on the pump fake, takes a side dribble to the right and gets the three off. And he's fouled by Nunn as Nunn tries to recover off the pump fake. So we see Giannis drawing attention, kicks out to Forbes. Forbes takes the pump fake, goes right, and is able to draw that foul on Kendrick Nunn. The 4-point play is complete, and it's back to an 8-point lead for Miami, 58-50, 2:25 remaining here in the first half. Butler looking to set up Adebayo. Adebayo kicks it back out to Butler. Mid-range jumper from the right side is good for Jimmy. So 10-point game, 60-50. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Holiday, great handle inside, able to work his way right to left. Tries to shoot it with the left hand. Draws a foul. He'll be going to the free throw line for 2. Holiday's fouled by Ariza. Ariza had a huge first quarter to really get this Heat squad going, trailing 0-3 in the first round. Holiday today, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He misses the first free throw. I mentioned Holiday's extension with this Bucks team. A lot of people looked at the Bucks in this previous offseason and were looking to see what move that they could make to really maximize this Giannis Antetokounmpo window. A lot was put on if they would re-sign him to the Supermax and keep him here for long term. They've obviously fallen short in the playoffs over the last couple of years. What moves could they have made to make him want to stay? Drew Holiday was at the pit of that offseason, of the offseason moves that were made to round out this Bucks team. And so far, they've lived up to expectations. We got an offensive foul by Brook Lopez as he tried to seal off Jimmy Butler inside. He raised his elbow a bit too high, caught Jimmy in the head, and they called the foul as Lopez had an easy opportunity at the rim. Prior to that offensive foul, we see a putback from Bam Adebayo, and Adebayo's been getting some quick baskets, some easy baskets that has really kept him in the game offensively. I mentioned earlier the lack of aggression from Adebayo. He hasn't really shown the offensive arsenal that may be necessary to compete against the likes of a Giannis. But here in this game today, very, very aggressive and finding easy baskets. A miss for Miami gets Chris Middleton an easy opportunity at the rim, but he's fouled by Tyler Hero as Middleton was going up for a layup. Hero fouls him from behind to give up it, to prevent anything easy. Great outlet pass from Drew Holiday to Middleton for that opportunity. Middleton, one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. First free throw was good. So 124 left. I mentioned the three-point line for both teams. Miami utilizing it to their advantage right now, shooting 7 of 15, while Milwaukee is 6 of 14. At the free throw line also, they're 6 of 8 is Milwaukee, while Miami is 7 of 8. One of the things that has worked to their advantage, they're forcing the turnovers on Milwaukee. The points off turnovers is starting to add up also for Miami as they've gotten 8 points off turnovers. 3 point 3-point shot for Ariza, no good, rebounded by Giannis Antetokounmpo. So we approach a minute remaining here in the first half. Antetokounmpo yet to make a field goal, and as I say that, he slams it home over Jimmy Butler. So it's a 7-point game, 62-55. Adebayo dribble handoff to Jimmy Butler. Butler sensing Antetokounmpo chasing him, stops on a dime and draws the foul on Antetokounmpo. So Butler will be going to the free throw line for 2. Antetokounmpo hasn't really forced anything. Again, Milwaukee's up 3-0 here in this series. They taken control. The one big change that we've seen uh, is Dante DiVincenzo being out with a tendon injury to his foot. It's really affected the depth of this Bucks team. I mentioned Dante's ability and versatility to be a facilitator, defender, rebounder, and timely shooter for this team. Has definitely affected how the it will definitely affect how the Bucks go forward in this postseason. They'll probably win this series. It just depends on how long the series will go. But nevertheless, though, losing Dante will definitely affect them going forward in the second round and beyond. A turnover by Milwaukee, pardon me, by Miami, gets Drew Holiday out and running. He draws a foul. So with 27 seconds left in the first half, Antetokounmpo heads to the bench along with Brook Lopez. So Budenholzer has to be conscious of their foul trouble going forward. First free throw is good for Drew Holiday. Look at the personal fouls for both Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Both bigs have 3 fouls. So that might be a point of emphasis for Spoelstra and this Miami team going forward in the second half. Can this Miami team hold down the fort? They're up 7 with 24 seconds left in the first half. There's about a 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Butler, dribble handoff. Hero thought about a 3. He goes to Adebayo. Adebayo looks to set up Butler. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Butler off the glass, layup no good. 2 seconds left. Can Holiday get a shot up? Pulls up for 3. He will not make it. The shot would have been good, but it falls short. So going into the half, Miami leads Milwaukee 64 to 57. They've been able to get Antetokounmpo in foul trouble. Outside of the foul trouble, though, Antetokounmpo hasn't really gotten anything going. He's 1 of 7. He has 6 assists, 4 rebounds. But Milwaukee's been able to get big performances from Trevor Ariza. They've gotten balance from Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo with 10 points each. And the three-point shooting has been to the advantage of Miami. They've been able to go 7 of 16 from 3 to really create that separation. And they forced turnovers and gotten 8 points off of Milwaukee turnovers going into the half. So we'll see how Miami responds to the pressure of being down 0-3. Can they finish this game? Will they finish this game? That remains to be seen. But nevertheless, I'll be here to break it down for you. This is the Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as we start the second half of this Miami Heat Milwaukee Bucks Game 4 of the first round in the 2021 playoffs. The Heat actually go into the second half with their first first half lead, but the precipice for this 7-point lead came from the 3-point line. Heat 7 of 16 from 3 in the first half, really creating that separation. Giannis Antetokounmpo only 1 of 7 from the floor, and also the Heat were able to force turnovers and get 8 points off of Milwaukee's turnovers. That's the ideal game plan if you're trying to win any game against the Bucks. In particular, when you're down 0-3 in the series, you got to find anything that can keep you going. One of the key things also that needs to be pointed out is Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez both have 3 personal fouls. So Mike Budenholzer has to be very, very cautious about how he uses both, especially being that both like to bang inside, specifically Giannis moving downhill offensively. Let's see how the Bucks are able to respond to both the adversity of the foul trouble and not being able to have Dante DiVincenzo going forward. Dante DiVincenzo uh, injured his foot. He injured one of the tendons in his left foot in Game 3, which the Bucks dominated 113-84. Brook Lopez misses a floater, a one-leg fadeaway off the left block. Bucks Can't get anything to fall here to start the second half. Miami hasn't gotten any baskets either. Trevor Ariza trying to finish inside over Brook Lopez. Can't get the layup to fall with the left hand, but Ariza's 11 points in the first quarter really got this Heat team going. Bucks working around the perimeter. Giannis Antetokounmpo takes another three. He misses another three. The three-point line has not been kind to Giannis here in this game 4, and it's really played a part in why he's 1 of 8 so far. Bam Adebayo knocks in the mid-range jumper to extend Miami's lead 66-57. Adebayo 6 of 10 from the floor, 12 points. Antetokounmpo attacks with the left hand. Great find from Drew Holiday. That is where Giannis needs to get his money. In the paint, attacking, putting pressure on Miami. Duncan Robinson finds Goran Dragic. Dragic had an opportunity at the rim, but he's blocked at the last second by Brook Lopez. Antetokounmpo on the run, moving downhill, guarded by Trevor Ariza. He gets into the middle, kicks out to Middleton. Middleton straightaway 3 at the top of the key. It's good. The pressure that Giannis gets from attacking, it forces the Heat to collapse. Because they collapse, it leaves them in wide open to knock in the three. The three-point opportunities the Bucks have been getting tonight have been clean, outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo's threes, which virtually have been turnovers. But the three-pointers from the other players have been wide open and in rhythm. They just haven't knocked them down. Here in the second half, trying to work their way back into the game. If the three-pointer starts falling, Miami is in deep trouble. We look at Chris Middleton looking to respond after a Bam Adebayo floater inside. It's a 68-62 lead, but Middleton draws the foul. So right now, Miami already with 3 team fouls. So that's something that we have to be conscious of going forward here in this third quarter. 8:30 left. Almost another turnover for the Bucks. Giannis gets the basketball, goes for a fadeaway, guarded by Bam Adebayo, and he's fouled. Tough close out there for Bam, trying to make the shot difficult. In some cases, you might want to let him take that jumper. He hasn't gotten the jumper to fall at all. He hasn't been in rhythm outside of scoring at the basket. So if you allow him to shoot that, if he makes it, you shake his hand. But because of that tough closeout by Bam, they call that foul. Giannis tonight, 2 of 10 from the floor. On the series, 45%, averaging just under 25 points per game. Tonight, 7 points, 2 of 10 from the floor. He makes the first free throw, so he has 8 now. It's a 5-point game. This is a sensitive time for Miami because Milwaukee has not played great at all. Yet, Miami has played exceptional, but they haven't gotten that separation that will kill Milwaukee's will here in this game 4. So if you're Milwaukee, despite playing horrible, to be within 2 possessions, you feel like you're in a perfect position to win this game. Missed free throw for Giannis. It rims out. Middleton tried to get the rebound, but he couldn't quite corral it. So it's a 5-point game, 8:24 left here in the third quarter. Again, Milwaukee has played horrible in terms of shooting. They haven't gotten a dominant game offensively from Giannis outside of his playmaking. But it's only a 5-point game. Drew Holiday with the steal off Duncan Robinson. Trailing is Chris Middleton. Good defense there by Jimmy Butler to cut it off. But Drew finds Brook Lopez flashing down the lane for an easy layup, and it's now a 3-point game, 68-65, 7:57 left. Chris Middleton guarding Duncan Robinson. 3-point shot for Robinson falls right off the right side of the backboard. Tough miss there. 3-point game, and we got Giannis at the rim. Good find for Drew Holiday, and Antetokounmpo misses an easy layup. That would have been a great opportunity for the Bucks. Miami gets out and starts to run, but good half-court defense here by Milwaukee to cut it off. Jimmy Butler trying to get a floater inside, rebounded by Pat Connaughton. Connaughton was placed in the starting lineup for Dante DiVincenzo who I mentioned is out for the playoffs. Pat Connaughton thought about a three, but they call it'll be another foul on Miami. So that's 14 fouls on Miami with 7 minutes to go here in the third. Or are they saying this is the penalty? This might be the 15th foul. Yes, it's the 15th foul. So right now, Miami is in the penalty with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third. Brook Lopez makes the first free throw. So this is an opportunity for Milwaukee to really take control of this game. I mentioned them struggling from the outside, but the paint is where they've gotten their bread and butter. The points in the paint right now favors Milwaukee 30-26, and it's only going to grow up from here if you look at it from a perspective that they will attack the free throw line and try to put pressure on Miami. It's a 1 point game now, 68-67. If you're Miami, uh, while Duncan Robinson has 4 personal fouls, you have to try to get Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo going. It's 7:05 left in the third. Your season is on the line. You're down 3 games to none. Adebayo on the right block. Brook Lopez steps back and allows Bam to shoot the jumper. He misses the jumper horribly, rebounded by PJ Tucker. Antetokounmpo goes to the bench. So let's see what the Bucks do with Antetokounmpo on the bench to attack. Miami is called for the foul. Chris Middleton attacks Bam Adebayo, draws the foul. He'll be going to the free throw line for two, looking to give Milwaukee their first lead of the game. We'll be back with more as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as it is 6:52 remaining here in the third quarter. Miami leads Milwaukee 68-67. Chris Middleton is at the line looking to give Milwaukee their first lead of the game. He makes the first free throw to tie it at 68. We look at what this series has been dominated by the Bucks outside of game one, in which Middleton had to hit the game winner in overtime with 0.5 of a second left. This Bucks team has definitely played with a chip on their shoulder. They did not like the way their season ended, specifically to this Miami Heat team that really lended itself to the storylines and narratives that this Bucks team can win under pressure. They definitely tried to wipe that narrative out, and by winning this series or by leading this series in the fashion that they've had over the last 3 games, really showed some growth. And Middleton responds with another three. So now Milwaukee's up by 4, 72-68 with 6:16 remaining. Antetokounmpo back into the game. He actually got that assist to set up that three. Goran Dragic looking to attack. Floater inside. He makes it. So the Heat trying to stay within striking distance. It's a 2-point game. Still a lot of time to play. Antetokounmpo sets up an assist for Brook Lopez inside. The two-hand slam is good. So despite the shooting woes for Antetokounmpo, he's still a facilitator. 3-point shot for Hero, no good. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Bucks up 4. Antetokounmpo has missed a number of threes tonight, but he's at the top of the key, guarded by Hero. Kicks out the 4 for 3. Good. And now we have a 7-point game. Timeout Miami. The Bucks have come out gunning. They've put Miami under pressure, especially at the foul line with the Heat being in foul trouble. And now the 3-point barrage is starting. A 7-point game, 77-70. We'll be back with 5:35 left here in the third. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. Milwaukee leads Miami 77-70 as we approach 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Missed layup by Chris Middleton off of a Tyler Hero missed jumper, but Brook Lopez is there for the putback, putting the Bucks up 9. They've completely taken control here in the second half. Missed 3 by Trevor Ariza. Ariza had a big first quarter to really get this game started, but since that first quarter, he's gone quiet. Middleton taking over. Another floater inside. It's an 11-point game. The second chance points tonight. Milwaukee has a 10-point advantage, 17-7. So they haven't been able to knock down the threes at the clip that they would like, but their aggressive attack on the offensive glass has allowed for them to get back into this game. Points in the paint also an advantage for them as well. A missed three from Tyler Hero gives the Bucks an opportunity at the rim, but Brook Lopez couldn't finish the alley-oop. Tyler Hero was fouled by PJ Tucker. So Hero will be going to the free throw line as we look at this Middleton floater, taking none in the post, works him down, then finishes with the right over the top. Middleton is really taking over here in the second half. He struggled in the first half, rightfully so, as the rest of the Bucks did, but he's gotten it going with a number of 3-point shots. And although Antetokounmpo has struggled from the field as well, he's been a facilitator all night that has allowed for the Bucks to get going, playing off of his aggressiveness and the attention that he generates. Brook Lopez will go to the bench. Mike Budenholzer has to be very, very vigilant about how he uses both Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez going forward because they have 3 fouls with 4:20 left in the third. Middleton tonight, 16.7 rebounds. He's come up big here in this third quarter. Heat trail by 9. Bucks with possession. We got a kick ball as Drew Holiday looked to set up PJ Tucker in the inside. Holiday gets it to Middleton. Middleton's had it going here in the third. Off the glass, the jumper falls. So Milwaukee back up 11, and they're on a 21-4 run over the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Tyler Hero looking to get inside floater. He makes it, looking for the foul, no call. But that jumper, really, really important. Middleton for 3. He misses it. Offensive rebound, PJ Tucker. And that is the type of energy and impact that PJ can have on any team he's on. He's very aggressive, looking for opportunities for his team. Bucks couldn't get the initial finish at the rim. Middleton and Jimmy Butler fighting for that loose ball. 4.5 seconds left on the clock. Possession will stay with Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo comes back into the game. Only 2 field goals made today, but again, very aggressive and as a facilitator, looking to set up his teammates, and he's looking to come in and put the finishing touches on this Miami Heat team. 3-point shot for Hero. He misses it. Takes a 30-footer, misses that 3 horribly. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo finds PJ Tucker in that right corner. That's his bread and butter offensively. PJ shoots an air ball. So Jimmy Butler with the basketball has to get something going for this Heat team to try to save their season. Jumper from Kendrick Nunn can't fall. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo dribble handoff to Bobby Portis. 3-point shot for Portis, no good. Offensive rebound, PJ Tucker. Another offensive rebound for PJ Tucker. Those 50-50 balls turning to the Bucks' advantage right now. 3-point shot for Portis is good. Big 3 for Bobby Portis. Now Milwaukee takes their largest lead of the game at 12, 86-74. 3-point shot for Nunn, good. Big 3 for Miami right now as they have to stop this bleeding in some way. Milwaukee shooting 10 of 32 from 3. Miami 8 of 24. As I say that, Bryn Forbes knocks in another 3. So this is a big turnaround. This is a 24-point turnaround for the Bucks. They trail by 12. Now they lead by 11. As I say that, Kendrick Nunn knocks in the 3. So it's 89-80. Back and forth we go. Both teams utilizing the 3-point line. Bobby Portis from 3 misses it from the left corner. He previously just knocked it down from the right corner. So it's a 9-point game. Can Miami cut into this 3-possession lead? Tyler Hero looking to work off a curl. He's fouled by Drew Holiday. That was an opportunity for Hero to maybe take a mid-range pull-up, but he looked to pass. He was bailed out with the foul, but he has to be more aggressive. He has to be uh, a weapon that Miami can utilize, especially with Bam Adebayo struggling, Jimmy Butler not being as aggressive as maybe might need him to be right now. 141 left in the third. Can Miami get back into this game? They were up by as many as 12, but it's a 24. It was a 24-point turnaround as Milwaukee took their largest lead of the game. They were previously up by 12 prior to that three. So it's a 9-point game. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Kendrick Nunn with the basketball, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Nunn looking to get inside, finishes with the right hand, but he can't get the layup to fall. So Antetokounmpo with another rebound. Antetokounmpo in the post, takes the double team, gets it to Holiday. Holiday kicks it back out to Antetokounmpo. It was going out of bounds. Antetokounmpo couldn't save it. Bad communication there from both Antetokounmpo and Holiday. 7-point game now as Kendrick Nunn looks to work the baseline, finishes with the left hand. Good aggressiveness by Kendrick Nunn to keep Miami in this game as Milwaukee look to be running away with it. It's a 7-point game with 1 minute and 7 seconds left here in the third. Head coach Mike Budenholzer calls a timeout. He wants to settle things down as he doesn't like the most recent possession from his teams. We'll be back with more as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as we have 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Milwaukee now leads Miami 89-82. They trail by as many as 12 in that first half. Miami had control for the majority of the first half, but they couldn't quite put a stranglehold on this game, despite Milwaukee struggling from shooting outside and Antetokounmpo struggling from the field as well. They haven't really been out of the game, and knowing that they struggled most of the first half and still were in the game, I think their confidence just grew here in this second half. Missed three by Bobby Portis. Good closeout by Andre Iguodala there to make that three tough. Can Miami get a shot? 35 seconds left here in the third. Kendrick Nunn has gotten it going here in this third quarter to try to keep Miami in this game. Missed jumper from Nunn, rebounded by Connaughton. So it's a 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 19 seconds left here in the third. Holiday with the basketball, attacking Tyler Hero. Step back jumper. Good. Big mid-range jumper there from Drew Holiday. So 6 seconds left. Iguodala gets it to Dragic. Dragic for three. Big time three for Goran Dragic to keep the Heat within striking distance going into the fourth. 91-85. We will go into the fourth. Milwaukee leads Miami. Stay tuned for more. This is Ask Isaiah Rhodes. You're watching the 2021 NBA playoffs. Welcome back as Miami trails Milwaukee with their season on the line. 91-85 going into the fourth. Bucks had a big third quarter with 34 points. They shot 46%. They really got their three-point shooting to turn that corner. In the game so far, Milwaukee shooting 42%, 11 of 35 from three, but they've been able to dominate in the paint with 36 points in the paint. And with that said, they got Miami in foul trouble very early in the third quarter, which allowed them to get to the free throw line and really cut into that 12-point deficit that Miami had built there in that first half. Bryn Forbes starts the fourth quarter with a three. He misses it. So Miami trailing by 6. Can they keep their season alive? Goran Dragic attacks Pat Connaughton with the Euro step, draws the foul. He'll be going to the free throw line for 2. So if you're Milwaukee, you know that any rest that you need, it's on the line right now. The Boston Celtics just defeated the Brooklyn Nets last night off of a 50-point performance from Jason Tatum, a magnificent performance in which he needed because both Kevin Durant and James Harden got 41 points. You also got 19 points from Tristan Thompson, big points from Thompson attacking the paint, and then you also got 23 points from Marcus Smart. That extends that series. If you're Milwaukee, to finish this series in 4 is something that you want to do, and you want to do it quickly. Can they finish out this fourth quarter? This is a Miami team who's desperate for a win. They want to keep their season alive. They want to just put as much pressure on the Bucks as they can, despite being down 0-3. Dragic goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. In response, Giannis Antetokounmpo gets a layup inside. So it's a 7-point game, 93-86. Dragic looking to find a teammate. He finds Kendrick Nunn. Nunn had a big third quarter. Couldn't get the initial shot off. He goes to Dragic. Dragic for 3. He misses it. Rebounded by Bobby Portis. And the Bucks just like to run their offense through Giannis, especially at the top of the key. Tonight, Giannis has been a facilitator all the way around, despite only having 10 points. He has 13 assists and 11 rebounds. So a triple-double is there, and he's picking up his scoring in bunches right now. He just gets another basket. So now with 15 points, Bucks up 9. Their largest lead of the game is 12 in response to Miami's largest lead of the game, which was 12. But Dragic scores right back, so it's back to 7, 95-88. Dragic tonight, 5 of 11 from the floor, 13 points. Chris Middleton, huge third quarter to help extend this lead and really blow things open for Milwaukee. Giannis kicks out to Portis. Portis for 3, knocks it down from that right corner. Portis previously knocked down a huge 3 in that third quarter, and now Milwaukee up 10. Timeout Eric Spoelstra as the season is on the line. 10 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the fourth. Giannis Antetokounmpo with a triple-double, looking to finish out this series and get to the second round. Welcome back. Under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. Milwaukee has stormed back. They're up 10 after trailing by 12 in the first half. Kendrick Nunn with Miami trying to stave off elimination. They're down 0-3. They haven't really gotten anything going here in this series. This first half really was their only real sense of desperation. Outside of game 1, in which Chris Middleton hit the game winner in overtime, game 2 and 3 have been blowouts. They haven't found any answer for the Bucks, and Bryn Forbes continues to shoot outstanding tonight. 7 of 13 from 3. He has 22 points, and we got a foul against Giannis as he tries to prevent Goran Dragic from attacking the basket. Grabs the back of his jersey, but it's his fourth foul. Head coach Mike Budenholzer did a great job of managing Giannis despite his 3 personal fouls in the first half. He was very strategic in how to use him there in that third, and now he's able to close out this fourth without much concern. Block by Chris Middleton on Dragic. Can he get a shot off? Jimmy Butler gets a 3, and we got some friction between Middleton and Dragic. Quick little dust up, nothing too crazy. Obviously, Milwaukee in control. They're up 11. Dragic knows his season is on the line. Miami's reputation is on the line. A lot of people feel that last year's run to the finals was a product of the bubble. And, get in this season and struggle the way that they've had, they turned it around with the return of Jimmy Butler, who dealt with some injuries throughout this season. But here in the playoffs, they're going against the Bucks team that they battled last year. There's been some changes on both sides. Not many upgrades for the Bucks. For the Heat per se, but they definitely tried to fine tune what they already had working for them last year. They add Ariza, they add Iguodala to the end of last year, who definitely was an asset for them in the bubble. This year, they just haven't really gotten much of the same level of production from their shooters, from Jimmy, from Adebayo in the same fashion that we saw last year for the Bucks. They upgraded all the way around. At point guard, on the bench, just trying to fine-tune a championship team. And now they have an opportunity to sweep this Heat team, something that head coach Eric Spoelstra and offensive juggernaut offensive juggernaut. Front office juggernaut. Pat Riley did not foresee that this series will go in this fashion. But 8:58 left, trailing by 11. Miami knows this series in season is on the line. Right now, they're reviewing it to see who's going to get the technical. You saw on the rebound, they got tangled up, Middleton and Dragic, and as they fall to the ground, you see Middleton kind of wrap his right arm around Dragic's head, and that might be cause for a technical. As they get up, though, Dragic initiates the back and forth and standing over Middleton. Middleton didn't really try to escalate it beyond that, but maybe they'll give the double technical because of what Middleton did going to the ground by putting his right arm over his head. Okay, so no technical fouls, which is good, and no technical fouls, which is also good. But you get no technical fouls, which is good, but you get the double foul. So you get a double foul on Middleton, and you get a foul on Dragic. Middleton's trying to explain to the ref, trying to politic as to why he got called for a foul, but there's no team foul, which is good, and Milwaukee gets the ball. So Holiday with the basketball, Bucks up 11. Forbes with 22 points, came off a curl expecting a pass. Holiday takes a step back three. He misses it. Offensive rebound once again for PJ Tucker. PJ goes to Chris Middleton. With 10 on the shot clock, he goes back to Drew. Drew guarded by Iguodala. Holiday blocked by Bam Adebayo, but the offensive rebound for Brook Lopez is there, and he's able to finish just in time prior to a shot clock violation. So if you're Miami, great defense all the way around on two possessions, really. But that rebound, you got to rebound the basketball if the defensive possession is complete. So we got a foul against Iguodala. And all those offensive rebounds, not only by Lopez, but PJ Tucker, have been the calling card of this game. Yes, the three-point line has turned around for the Bucks, but the offensive glass and points in the paint have been what kept the Bucks in the game when Miami was trying to make their run. 15 offensive rebounds, 23 second chance points for the Bucks tonight. 14-point lead, 104 to 90. Bucks lead the Heat. Butler inside goes against PJ Tucker, takes the shoulder bump, able to finish inside. Butler has to get more aggressive tonight. Butler just with 10 points in this elimination game. Brent Forbes, step back three, no good. Rebounded by Butler. Can Butler try to get something going over this final 8 minutes to play? Butler guarded by Holiday. Looking to attack. Can't finish the floater inside. Rebounded by Middleton. There was some slight contact there. Could have been a foul. No call. 7:37 left. Middleton looking to Euro inside. And we got an offensive foul. Good defensive sacrifice there by Jimmy Butler to take that charge. As Middleton probably could have went up for the initial drive with the left hand, but he went for the Euro instead and tried to cut across the middle. And that was the offensive foul. He could have either finished with the left hand or threw the lob to Brook Lopez. Lopez was there for a finish as well. So we got a challenge against Budenholzer, challenge for Budenholzer against that call. So we'll be back and we get the final call. 104 to 90, the Bucks lead Miami. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back. As the call for a charge is upheld, Heat able to get a basket as well. So 104 to 92. Bucks weren't able to score, but we get a turnover by Goran Dragic. Turnover by Dragic. So possession goes back to the Bucks, 104 to 92. Antetokounmpo with a triple-double tonight, 12 points, 14 assists, 11 rebounds. Antetokounmpo fadeaway jumper over Iguodala. He's looking for the call. No call there. Bam Adebayo knocks in the mid-range jumper. So it's back to 12, 106 to 94. We look at the scoring for both teams right now. Leading scorer for the Bucks, 22 points for Bryn Forbes. The Bucks, though, get balanced all the way around. They have 6 different players in double figures. While the Heat, they have the same balance as well with 5 players in double. They have 6 players in double figures as well, but they haven't been able to stop the Bucks here in the second half. 3-point shot for Iguodala cuts the 12-point deficit to 9, 106 to 97. 106 to 97. Middleton with the basketball, looking to set up Giannis inside, has it deflected. Middleton has to go to PJ Tucker. With 1 second left on the shot clock, Tucker finds Brook Lopez. Free throw line extended floater. Falls beautifully. But that was a scrappy play. The Bucks had to come up with that on the fly as the Heat defense initially shut it down. Floater for none. Off the front rim, can't finish. Bam Adebayo tries to get the putback. He can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Brook Lopez. Antetokounmpo attacking down the lane. Great find from Chris Middleton to find him flashing. And he's able to contort his body and get the layup to fall. Bam Adebayo with the mid-range jumper to cut the 13-point deficit to 11. So Miami's hanging around. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Milwaukee with a 3-0 lead here in the first round against Miami. They've trailed by as many as 12, but worked their way back. Now they're up by 11. They've taken control of this game by attacking the paint, finding timely threes late in the second half, and getting the Heat in foul trouble in that third quarter to really put the vice grips on this game. Since then, Miami hasn't gotten the timely threes and momentum plays that got them that early lead. Antetokounmpo with a triple-double tonight. He has 16 points, and we got a goaltend. They'll give that a goaltend. So now Antetokounmpo with 18 points. 18 points tonight. He's been very, very aggressive. We look at the block by Iguodala. The shot would have missed if Iguodala didn't try to contest off the glass, but it hit the backboard first. Antetokounmpo looking for Adebayo. Mid-range jumper for Adebayo was good. So back to 11. And that's kind of where we've been over the last couple of minutes. It's been a back and forth. Both teams getting points, but Miami can't get enough stops to really get any momentum going here in the fourth. Middleton finds Antetokounmpo back to Middleton. 3-point shot over Jimmy Butler. Rims out. Rebounded by Adebayo. There's a stop. 4 minutes to play. Kendrick Nunn for 3. He misses it off the back rim. Antetokounmpo slows it down. 11-point lead. Again, in control. He shot horribly from the field tonight, but he's been a facilitator all the way around. He's obviously going to rebound. He's been in foul trouble early, but he's been able to navigate that. And now the Bucks look to get to the second round. Missed jumper for Antetokounmpo. PJ Tucker tried to get the offensive rebound, but it'll go out of bounds off of PJ. Possession goes back to Miami. 3:32 left. Butler. They're going to attack off the glass. Can't get the fadeaway to fall. Rebounded by Chris Middleton. So with 3 minutes to play, a little over 3 minutes to play, 3:07 left. Head coach Budenholzer called a timeout. He doesn't like what he's seeing in terms of execution, but the Bucks are in control, up 11. With that said, the Bucks will be waiting for the winner of the Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. Prior to last night, many would have agreed that the Celtics were dead and gone on their way to a potential sweep. With that said, though, you get the likes of a magnificent virtuoso performance from Jason Tatum, 50 points to keep the Celtics season alive, and Game 4 is tomorrow. If the Celtics can somehow win another game and extend it to 6 games, that can be something that the Bucks can look forward to because obviously when you're the rest of the team, you have time to scout. Nobody really has the Celtics winning the series. Obviously, they're dealing with so many different injuries. They don't have Jaylen Brown. They dealt with uh, COVID issues all season, most notably to Jason Tatum. He's still working his way back from COVID-19 and getting back into the flow of things. He's still not 100%, but with the season on the line on multiple occasions, Tatum has come up huge with 50-point games, including a 50-point game against the Washington Wizards in a play-in, which they needed that to remain the 7th seed and play the Brooklyn Nets. Game 4 tomorrow will be immense pressure on the Bucks. There's not much pressure on the net, pressure on the Celtics. Not much pressure on the Nets because they know the firepower that they possess. You have Kevin Durant, you have James Harden, you have Kyrie Irving. But if the Celtics are able to exploit the Nets inside, that could be uh, a potential 6 game series for the Celtics if they can get the same type of performance. And you got to think about it this way too. They were able to win that game with Kemba Walker only scoring 6 points. So there should be no reason why he performs like that again. We'll see what happens in Game 4 tomorrow. But if you're the Bucks, you want to finish this series against Miami as quickly as possible so you can have more rest. Out of that timeout, great play out of that timeout from the Bucks that they set up an alley-oop for Brook Lopez, who has 23 points tonight. Huge, huge game for Brook Lopez. Mid-range jumper for Lopez is good, so he continues his offensive onslaught. 25 points, 116 to 101. Lopez tonight, 11 of 15 from the floor, 8 rebounds. Bam Adebayo working the baseline, gets it to Tyler Hero. 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Hero. He misses it short again. Offensive rebound out of Adebayo. It goes off his foot, and it'll go to Chris Middleton. It's just one of those nights for Miami. They tried to put on a fight and extend their season as much as they can, but this is just the way it falls sometimes. We're under 2 minutes to play. Milwaukee had to fight for this win. They trailed by as many as 12. Giannis with the two-hand slam, an emphatic finish to a dominant second half as Jrue Holiday worked the left baseline, able to get to the middle and find Giannis flashing down the lane. Giannis now gets to 20 points, which if you saw the first half, it would be no reason for you to think that he would even get to 20. He shot so horribly. But now he has 20 points. He already has clinched a triple-double tonight, 20 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds. We approach 120 to play here in the fourth. Chris Middleton, who had a huge third quarter to help the Bucks get back into this game and really take control of the game. Just hit a mid-range jumper. Now he's up to 20 points. And the Bucks will foul to start to get some of their key players out of the game. With 1 minute and 8 seconds left, that will be Giannis's final moments of this game. 120 to 101, an emphatic series win for the Bucks, considering how they were eliminated last year by this Miami Heat team. Many narratives were continued after that loss, especially about Giannis as a closer and someone that can lead a team to a championship. He's a 2-time MVP. He's had a spectacular season this year, actually better than his MVP numbers over the last couple of years. He's averaging 28 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists this season. Normal MVP caliber numbers any other year, but because of voter fatigue and what people expect from this Bucks team in the regular season, it's no longer a surprise. They're going to be judged by what they do in the playoffs, and for them to dominate this Miami Heat team, who is coming off of a finals appearance last year against the Los Angeles Lakers, to dominate in the fashion that they did. If you're head coach Mike Budenholzer in this Bucks organization, this is the ideal way to finish off a team. We get another turnover for Miami with 40 seconds left. The starters are out. It'll just be all cosmetic from this point on. The Bucks will be waiting for the winner of the Boston Celtics and Brooklyn Nets. Game 4 for that series will be tomorrow. We'll be back with coverage of that series as well to see can the Celtics extend that series and really put pressure on the Nets team, who definitely feels like they're leaps and bounds ahead of the Celtics. So if you're the Heat, you go into this offseason with a lot of questions. What can you do to build on this core of Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero? Will one of those players be on the move to try to upgrade and get a star to come in here? There was talks about Giannis potentially coming to Miami prior to him signing that Supermax extension. There was a lot of connections between him and Bam Adebayo. Their friendship kid, they recruited him to Miami. That was all up in the air. But when he signed the Supermax and doubled down with Milwaukee, that changed the trajectory of this Miami team. They could have got James Harden, or there's narrative that could have been the case. That didn't happen. They went and got Victor Oladipo. Oladipo had a season-ending quad injury, which really short-circuited any hopes that he could have brought to this team. Again, the same roster that was there last year that went to the championship was there this year. They just weren't able to get the same type of ingenuity and magic that led them to the finals. Nevertheless, though, the Bucks will move on 120-103. They sweep the Miami Heat. When you look at what was done in this game, again, the Heat were up by 12. They were fighting with desperation, trying to extend the season as much as they can. Antetokounmpo was struggling from the field. He was 1 of 7 from the field in that first half, missing a number of threes. He was 0 of 4 from 3 tonight. Chris Middleton couldn't get it going. But the Bucks stayed in the game behind their points in the paint. And even though Miami was able to get the three-point line in their favor in that first half, they went cold in the second half. They finished the game 11 of 33 from 3, whereas the Bucks, they shot 13 of 42 from 3, but they turned the corner in the second half, and a number of threes were used to give them an extended lead. 15 of 18 from the free throw line were the Bucks. Miami was 12 of 14. The rebounding advantage was too much to overcome. 56 rebounds for the Bucks compared to 40 for the Heat. The points in the paint also an advantage for the Bucks, 50-42. And then the fouls. Now, the fouls were 21-18, so it kind of evened out. But in that third quarter, the Bucks were able to get the Heat in foul trouble very, very early while they were trailing. Not only does that give you an opportunity to make free throws, but it stops the clock, allows you to set your defense. And the Heat weren't able to execute in the half court as well as they were in the open court and getting fast break opportunities. We saw the Bucks turn over the ball in that first half. They still turned it over a lot in the second half, but again, those easy opportunities that the Heat had in the first half weren't there in the second half. So the Heat will be going home. The Bucks will move on to the second round. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We have more games coming, so stay tuned. I'm happy to be back, although I wasn't recording as frequent over the last couple of weeks. It's not for lack of contributing to the game. I definitely was contributing to the game in different ways, but I'm happy to be back. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for much more.